I usually prepare very good meals. In the kitchen, at times it gets really hot. My imagination with food, it's beyond Chef CK. I feel proud sharing happiness through food. I feel proud bringing people together through food. Hi guys, my name is Charles Kiruru or Chef CK. I'm a chef here in Nairobi. I'm a head chef at Divine Caterers. It's situated along Mombasa Road. And I have a passion for cooking, which started way back since I was a young child. And all through, I think I've enjoyed the food industry, and that's why I'm still doing it. And I think I'll die doing it. Yeah. My childhood had a wide experience since our family is not that big. So most of the time I used to live with my grandmother. So that's where it started. Because I remember when I was young, at times she used to allocate me. She used to tell me, hata kama ni mdogo, huwezi shindwa kuwasha moto, niashie moto. So it starts with the fire. Even in a big kitchen, you must have fire, energy. So from there we used to make small things, kaanza na vitu kama sima. Kaivo pole pole, anafunza kupika chai. We went to rice, all through. Until it came to a point where the whole family knew, Charles ndo anapikanga, yeye ndo kutupikia. Cause in our family, I'm the only kid. So I really enjoyed satisfying them. I really enjoyed making them feel happy, and it was through food. I came to realize food brings happiness. Good food brings even more happiness. And since I've said I was the only kid in our home, meeting my cousins, meeting my aunties, meeting my uncles, I knew when there's good food, we are going to be happy. And it was like that, because they'd visit, today there's nothing to eat. They look around, where's Charles? Just make something, you know? And it went on. I went to school. I had a different course in mind. Back then they used to say chefs don't make money, or other chefs, they're doing this course because they did not perform well in school. But the logic changed as we grew, as we did our courses. Right now we find that chefs are one of the guys who are earning a lot of money globally. So at first when I went to college, there was that hesitance. Will I be able to finish this course? Will I get a job? Who will employ me? And all in all, through the time, I came to realize, kwa kweli ulichagua kitu ambacho wewe mwenyewe cha kufurahisha, na ukiangalia upande mwingine, you also giving happiness to people you're serving, people you're relating. At the same time, you're also educating guys about food, different cultures, this how it's made. And with food, it's wide. It's for me, I can say I've not even touched 1% of food. So I'm still here, moving on, pole, learning from different cultures. Yep. Apart from the basic, of which most of the guys, they know the basic, they can prepare the rice, sima, vitu vidogo kama hivyo. You still need that knowledge, because at the end of the day, as I've said, food is wide, and cuisines are a lot. We have Indian cuisine, Italian, Swahili, and there's that knowledge where, because at times food is not just cutting onions, putting them in a pan, frying. There's a science behind it. There's some physics behind it. There's a lot behind food, that at the end of the day you find yourself, you need to know that, to have that knowledge, to be able to give the best, produce delicious food. And also it's a step to greater exposure in case you want to advance in different levels, because with food comes nutrition. You can work in a hospital, you can work in a school, you can work in a hotel, you can work. So food is unlimited. It does not limit you to a space at only the kitchen, you see. The meal I'm preparing today, it's called Mtori. It's a Tanzanian soup. Basically, it originated from Kilimanjaro. Yeah, Kilimanjaro, from the Chaga community. I chose a Tanzanian meal because Tanzania is a place where the food culture is really wide, unlike at Kenya. They've got very good flavors, they've got very good spices, there are techniques of cooking, rich techniques of cooking, where they preserve the nutrition of the meals you're preparing. And also, I think it's the country that I visited, and all the time, most of the time, either I was eating or waiting for food to get ready, then I eat. Today we are going to do a Swahili meal, or rather Tanzanian meal called Mtori. It's a meal that originated from Kilimanjaro, from the Chaga community. Basically, it's a green banana soup, but it's also done with beef. So I'll take you through the ingredients that you have. We have some coriander, we have some fresh onions, some green bananas, as they call matoke. We have some basil. We've got minced meat. We've got some plantain. We'll add some plantain on the side. They're called ndizimzuzu. We have some spring onion, carrot, and some dried spices. So at school we call it continental. Continental covers different areas where, let's say for example, you have a menu and maybe you're told it's a themed menu. Well, for let's say it's an Indian menu. So you find that's a totally different cuisine. There are those cuisines where different regions meet different regions. You can see East meet West. So you find that you are doing two different cuisines. So personally, I can't say I'm just limited to one cuisine, but my favorite is the Swahili cuisine, followed by the Indian cuisine, because their food is rich, their food has good aroma, their food is spicy, it's healthy, yes. So Mtori can be eaten with rice, it can be eaten with chapati, it can be eaten with naan bread. And the meal is really, really nutritious because it has really less spices that you're doing. With recipes, I'd said first it starts with the ingredients you have, because you can't say you're making ugali and yet you don't have flour, you have water. Once you step in a kitchen as a chef, this is what I believe, or rather, go to your pantry, check what's on your menu, or even before that, before you create even that menu, check the ingredients that you have. So with that, it will guide you depending on the meal that you're preparing. Let's say, for example, you're doing chicken biryani. There are those ingredients that you must have, and there's a recipe that you must follow, being that it's a cuisine that's from a different culture, and you can do, we call it shortcut to have that product. At the end of the day, you'll produce something that's not quality, something that's not authentic, something that's not original. So coming up with the recipes, first of all, know the product you're preparing, get your ingredients right, know the procedures, know the cooking techniques, and know at the end of all that, what am I producing? For myself, I tell myself, before I start cooking, already I see the meal, someone eating that meal. So there's that expectation I've put to myself, this is how it's supposed to look. this the reaction I'm expecting from this person that I'm serving. We're gonna put it to boil for about like 10 minutes. Have the bananas cook well, because we're gonna blend them. It's going to be a soup. It's going to be a soup. So cover your pot, let the bananas cook through. While that's going on, we can start on our meat. Our minced meat for our clients, or rather a customer, or rather someone I'm preparing a meal for. I usually advise, get to know their tastes, get to know what they like, get to know what they prefer, what they don't eat, if they have allergens. All those things matter, and getting feedback from that particular person is one very important thing. I usually prepare very good meals, but the best one, I think there's a rice called paella Valencia. It's an Italian meal. It's rice made with seafood. You put some prawns, some calamari inside. It has some lobster shreddings. I think that's the thing, huh? As a chef in a kitchen, I can't lack salt, lemon, garlic. Those are the main things, personally, I make sure I have in the kitchen. There's garlic, we have salt, we have lemon, and maybe now fresh herbs. Yes. So with the seasoning, don't feel limited. You can expand on the flavors that you want. You can do black pepper, you can add whatever flavor that you prefer. You can do chili. In the kitchen, at times it gets really hot. The other challenge is the working hours are usually long. Secondly, I can't call it a challenge, but we usually work when other guys are resting on holidays. It's a positive challenge because you're at work. Keep testing to make sure your flavors are good. Need a bit of salt. Other challenges that we face with also when dealing with people you're serving, you find some are stubborn. It's hard to please. Some did not enjoy the experience, and you are that one particular person that you must convince them. You must guarantee them. You must make sure, or rather, next time you're serving them, or that first time you're serving them, you make their memories. First of them, listening, because you have to be a very good listener. Secondly, living with people, because you find that you meet different people every day. People from different tribes, people from different countries, people from different regions. So you need to have that aspect where you have that ability to accommodate all of them. My imagination with food, it's beyond Chef CK. I keep up with the current trends through research, networking, meet different chefs, go through their menus, visit their kitchens, see how they do things, learn new techniques of cooking, learn how to pick ingredients, know different ingredients, and also understand the culture and the trend of food that's going around. I have a mentor, rather, someone who shaped me. His name is Chef Kambi. He's somewhere in Zanzibar. And he's one chef who brought Chef CK out of Charles. Because he was that chef who was really micromanaging, hands-on. Pia alikuwa yule mkali kweli. Not that he did. You didn't even feel he'd slap you because. So Chef Kambi is one person who mentored me to this level that I am, and also I'm doing the same because I'm giving back now to my juniors as we are going on. So for my juniors or other people that I'm bringing up, we make sure that first of all we create a clear environment, or rather a safe environment where they're able to give what they have, because maybe they've come from school, maybe you're mentoring someone who's come from the pot wash. Everybody, you handle them differently. There's that one who has come with knowledge. You pair them with a strong person, weak person, share menus with them, go through recipes, do practicals with them. Some of the kitchen mishaps that we go through, late deliveries. At times, maybe you need to produce something but at a particular time, but the person you're waiting for missing in action. So that's one. At times, fatigue really hits the team individually, or rather the whole team. The other thing is some internal small ones that can be handled. Rudeness from the staff, incitement, they insulting each other. So you find as a leader, you have to be able to interact with everybody. You have to be able to be in good pages with your suppliers. You have to be in good pages with anybody who is facilitating whatever you're doing. Being the person who brings your gas, being the person who does your veg day deliveries, being the person, everybody who is facilitating whatever you are doing in the kitchen, or rather the hotel. So my first meal, actually, it wasn't a hot meal, it was a cold meal. I remember I stepped in a kitchen somewhere in South Coast and I met a chef called Oti. Umekuja? Haya. Wendo umekuja job? Sawa. Unacheki zile vitu pale? Nataka ka Greek salad. Greek salad. Tuko Mombasa. Greek. So I kept wondering, how is this? That time we didn't have nice phones where you can just quickly go, so I've seen. So I remember I went around the kitchen, and you can't ask, because that time we used to have those old chefs where they won't share much. And if you ask, they question you. We thought you're the one you came from school. Me, I came from pot wash. So I thought you're the one who knows all these things. It was a Greek salad. That was my first thing that my executive chef aliniambia, thank you. I can see you can work. I had the basic knowledge of the ingredients that I need. Now I think I was nervous because I had everything. It was cucumber, there was this. Now assembling, because when you get to a new kitchen, even now, yes, you know how to make pilau, and you're given, here's a sufuria, here are the spices. You still be nervous because I don't know how you do it, you see? So at the end of the day, I did it my way, but still it was a Greek salad. So if you want to get to Chef CK, I can share my number, which is 0726477207. I have an Instagram page, Chef CK Kenyan Foodies. Same to Facebook, Chef CK Kenyan Foodies. My worst experience in a kitchen was, I've had a lot, but I've had a lot. My worst experience, I used to have a chef who once threw a T-bone on me, a hot T-bone on me. And I remember that day I nearly quit. I nearly questioned myself, why am I here? And I think that's one of the things that I learned not to do. Not to have anger when you're in kitchen, because we have hot oil, we have knives, we have this. control your anger, be patient, have respect among your juniors, your elders, and yeah, you'll be okay. Once we had this client who, you know, as a chef, when someone brings back your food, it's not the best feeling ever. So we had this one client who actually threw everything we had prepared, everything, literally everything, just because we did the onions. We overdid the onions in one meal. So even the salads, I don't want to see them. So I say with the client, also that was one thing that really, as a chef, I felt it's my worst experience, dealing with a customer who, they're there, who overreacts, who doesn't appreciate, because at the time you find that you might be dealing with someone who has zero knowledge about food. Yes, they picked a menu. I want this menu, it has all this, but once the food gets there, is this what I asked for? Yes, this is what you asked for. Here is the Greek salad, here is what. So at the end of the day, we find that the client who is the one who has that zero knowledge about food, and yet you've delivered, you've produced, and you believe you're going to give an experience that will create a good memory. But we, sure. So, despite all these challenges of being a chef, creating myself, dealing with teams, dealing with clients, I still choose to be a chef 100 times, and still I'll die being a chef. That I don't think will change. I feel proud sharing happiness through food. I feel proud bringing people together through food. This Mtori soup. Feel free to come in with any accompaniment: plantain, rice, mashed potatoes, naan bread. And I'm sure once you try this at home, it's also good for the kids. It's very nutritious, as you can see, less spices, fresh vegetables, the bananas, which is a very good starch. Yep, karibu sana and enjoy. Good, delicious. I think I've made Tanzania proud.